Food security and access to fresh fruits and vegetables is definitely a major concern all throughout upstate, whether it's in the urban environment or in the rural environments. One of the key ways that we can address food security concerns is with community gardens, especially for folks in urban environments, often are renters, so they don't have any land that they can access. Soil contamination is also a major concern in big cities, so community gardens ensure that people are gardening in clean soil. Community gardens and school gardens have been really instrumental in addressing food security issues and also educating folks about the value of eating fresh fruits and vegetables. My name's Josh Dolan. I work for Finger Lakes Eat Smart New York, and I work at Cornell Cooperative Extension in Tompkins County. I cover an 11-county region in the Finger Lakes, from Rochester down to Elmira, and over to Steuben County. I do a lot of garden-based programming, garden-based education with youth, garden development for community and school gardens, a lot of organizing within communities to strategize and then plan and execute garden plans, and just basic general support for community and school gardens, growing food, and then linking those gardens with nutrition educators.
Hi, I'm Paul Whitehouse. I'm Executive Director of 441 Ministries. My wife, Lorraine. The Beachwood Community Garden was her brainchild, and we are excited to see it come to fruition.
About a year ago, a group of us got together and thought it would be a really great idea to start a community garden in this neighborhood. We wanted to meet our neighbors, we wanted to connect with people, and we wanted to be able to have a good place where people can have access to fresh produce and just to be able to grow their own food and to be able to enjoy that.
Beachwood is, by all definitions, urban food desert, and one of our things that we're hoping to do as a community development organization is to see the entire community lifted up, and fresh produce is certainly a good place to start.
The response from the community has been really, really encouraging, really exciting. The day that we started building the garden, that created a lot of interest. So that day we had a couple of people just sign up to be members of the garden and to adopt one of the plots. And they even joined in that day to do the building. So that was really exciting and encouraging.
Certainly we could not have done it without the help of Eat Smart New York and Foodlink, and we're really thankful for the collaboration that we've been able to have.
I'm Ed Raskin. I'm the Director of Resident Services for Pathstone at Andrews Terrace. The building that we're at has 526 residents and is built for people 62 and over and for people who have a disability over the age of 18. About 40% of the people here speak Spanish. Where our garden is on top of an underground parking lot, and Cornell Cooperative Extension has been a big partner in our community garden at Andrews Terrace. They've been helping in terms of funding and in terms of providing us with education on how best to do community garden and creating the rules for people to follow if they're going to be participating in the gardening program. And they bring in new nutritionists to do education and workshops on healthy food.
My name's Michelle Wyler. I work under the Eat Smart New York grant. I've been a community educator for 14 years. My favorite thing about helping with the community garden and doing nutrition at Andrews, I think we have a really great collaboration between the staff here. I've built relationships with the residents. I think you have to build some trust with people. I think people, when they see a garden or see fresh produce, they're more apt to purchase it themselves, either on the food truck or in the market, and then take it a step further and continue those behaviors at home with purchasing the vegetables. I've seen residents that have come to my nutrition programs, I've seen them build their confidence, they've learned how to cook, they spend their food stamp dollars much wiser, they realize the health benefits. I've seen residents lose up to 50, 60 pounds, and I love seeing people out in the garden.
My name is Troy Hudson, and I've been working here for about 5 years in the garden. My favorite part about it is just planting it and seeing it grow, because we start from seedlings. Then they start to produce flowers, and eventually flowers turn into fruit, and the fruit serve the people. And that's a good thing, because they have a food giveaway here every Wednesday, and this is part of it. And so it does me good to say I contribute to things that's good. You know, serve myself too. I eat them a lot. I'm constantly doing something physically and psychologically. I'm devoting my time to it. It's great. It's giving me something to do and say I accomplished. You know what I'm saying? So it's great. It's a good thing. Nothing wrong with that.
You're joining me, Lisa Sanford, at the community garden here in Hornell, New York. We are fortunate to be in a space that has been lent to us by the Hornell Area Family YMCA. I am a garden volunteer, also a YMCA volunteer, and I happen to be a food pantry volunteer and a member of the United Presbyterian Church in Hornell, that is one of the churches that's been involved with the project. So the idea of a garden really came about when Catherine Griffiths, the pastor of the United Presbyterian Church, thought that it really related to the mission of our church. So she was able to get the Y on board for the space, able to secure volunteers from local churches, local volunteer groups, members of the community. Eat Smart New York has been there right from the start. Josh Dolan has been really instrumental in coming to the steering committee meetings, in bringing his own really valuable gardening experience to the project, and we're quite thankful that we have partnered with Eat Smart New York. In addition, it's brought a lot of folks together. Today when we harvested, we had children, we had older folks. That's really great too. Gardening and food and service really seem to bring people together regardless of their demographics. But I think the best thing is when we deliver the food, because I know I deliver it, but I also volunteer at a pantry, so I see how thankful people are to receive it. And that's just, you can't beat that feeling that there's a need and you're doing your best to help that.
So all of these garden projects are really dependent on people. And I've had the pleasure to work with several amazing people this summer. And these community gardens are just a few examples of the dozens of gardens that we've supported over the last few years through Finger Lakes Eat Smart New York, and just a handful of the hundreds that can be found throughout the Finger Lakes region.